Do you want to know why I recommend essential oils like galbanum, sometimes frankincense, other times Douglas fir, cypress? Do you want to know why I recommend those oils over things like lavender or petitgrain or even celery seed? You're probably like, what? I know lavender. Well, a couple of things. In the work that I do, I have come to dissect essential oils, the chemistry of essential oils, meaning I study their chemistry. There's no real science to oils unless they're specifically talking about what kind of oil, from what plant, and they're identifying chemicals. But even then, if they identify chemicals, there's only a handful of them because they cannot secure exactly what one oil will do because the chemistry changes with every. No two growing seasons are the same, so it changes their chemistry. So that's why they have to study the chemicals. And that's what I do. And what I do is from there I create what I call synergistic properties. And that's the synergistic properties, when you look at the chemistry, that actually gives you an indication of how that oil is actually going to affect your system. So the reason I recommend galbanum, that's usually my top if I don't know anything about you. That's generalized recommendations are quite dangerous given the number of people that take medications in this world, and we don't know specifically what an individual is going through mentally, emotionally, and physically, whether there's medications or not. You gotta know what you're using. And so galbanum is safe because it contains pinene. Its top constituent is pinene, and it's like a tonic, not like the others. Frankincense also has pinene in it, and when I say pinene, I'm talking like alpha and beta pinene. They're very similar when it comes to properties, but these particular chemicals actually help regulate the autonomic nervous system. They support the regulation of the autonomic nervous system. Frankincense isn't as specific. It's kind of specific in its action, but not to the degree of the other oils that I mentioned. Meaning celery, lavender, or the petitgrain. But in this case, Douglas fir has a very similar, again, effect. When it comes to lavender, it's estrogenic. Which lavender are we talking about? You got to tell me which one you're talking about, but it's primarily estrogenic. Petitgrain actually affects the dopamine levels. It helps to support the dopamine levels. So does celery seed. You may or may not need those if you so that's why I only recommend the one